We are right off the heels of one of the biggest mixed martial arts events ever in UFC 196. But I'm going to take you back to a time before The Left Hand, 2009, and even before the company was run by the Casa Casino and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm Jamie McDonald, and this is the Scrap Arcade. Ultimate Fighting Championship, released in August 2000 on the Sega Dreamcast and November 2000 on both PlayStation and Game Boy Color, the year before Zuffa took over the promotion. It was published by Crave Entertainment. First up, we'll take a look at the Dreamcast version. This was developed by Anchor Incorporated, who also developed Pride FC on the PlayStation 2, as well as WWF Raw and WWE Raw 2 on the original Xbox, games which we'll get into at a later date. The intro automatically puts a sour taste in my mouth. The video itself is fine, but I'd really rather not be reminded that Megadeth's Risk album exists. Couldn't they at least go back a few years and get something from Countdown to Extinction? Other than that minor gripe, it's a pretty cool intro with tons of classic pre-Zuffa UFC highlights. The available game modes are UFC mode, tournament mode, champion road, exhibition, career, and training mode. To start out, we'll try exhibition. The roster definitely can't compare to newer UFC games, but with fighters like Mark Coleman, Pat Miletich, Frank Shamrock, Pedro Hizzo, Kevin Randleman, and Chuck Liddell, there's not a lot of filler either.
Okay, here we go, gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
The gameplay reminds me a lot of Tekken. Each face button on the controller corresponds to a limb. To perform grappling techniques, you press 2 buttons at once. Your health meter has both your standard health as well as a stamina bar that can be recovered. Empty your opponent's health to knock them out. Yeah! Spam those liver kicks! There's no TKO feature where you can finish the fight, but this is the first full-fledged MMA game, so that can be forgiven.
For the winner,
There's really not a whole lot to say about the training mode. It's just your basic fighting game training mode. You can look at your move list, though it doesn't say much besides what button combinations you can use. The only thing really worthwhile about this mode is beating the absolute fuck out of Tito. Beat the fucking shit out of him! In UFC mode, you pick a fighter and enter in an old school UFC tournament. The other fighters are randomly generated. Unlike an exhibition, the fighters get entrances to the octagon, but these entrances are fucked. Full disclosure, I'm playing this game on an emulator, so I'm not sure if it's a glitch or in the game, but these entrances are really, really fucked up. It's almost like they rendered the environment and turned it into a cutscene, but they had the regular in-game model walk out in front of it like WWF SmackDown on PS1. If it's not a glitch in my emulator, I'm sure the Dreamcast could have been much more capable than this. Takedowns aren't very fun in this game. You just hit 2 buttons, and your opponent either stuffs it or doesn't. Pretty boring. On the other hand, although it's very simplistic, both the striking and ground and pound are satisfying as hell. Yeah! On to the next fight. Although takedowns are just boring, the rest of the grappling system is fucked up beyond repair. Correction, there is no fucking system. You just hit 2 buttons and hope for the best again. With takedowns, it's not that big of a deal. With submissions, it can completely fuck you over.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for these UFC Warriors!
Tournament mode is the same as UFC mode. You just pick all the competitors instead. Champion Road allows you to defend the title after winning a tournament in UFC mode. More of the same, so I'm going to look at career mode. Here you can make your own character, but you don't have too many options. You just get a handful of base styles and some templates for your appearance. Wait, is that...
Kurt Angle, call me Kurt Angle.
Let's go with that. Of all things to customize, why is this in here? It just sounds like they're relieving themselves. Take that as you will. This is where the game starts to become a bit of a chore. All you do in career mode is spar with different level opponents. Once you're finished intentionally injuring your training partner, because apparently being a dick gives you better stats, you upgrade your stats. That's it. Rinse and repeat. You can upgrade endurance, which prevents depletion of your health, stamina, which helps you recover your stamina bar, and your punch and kick power. There's nothing really for grappling stats. Your opponents will either be easy enough to be blindfolded or nearly impossible. There's no in between. Shit like getting knocked out from full guard is also a good reason why a health bar sucks for an MMA game. At least I can do it to him too.
For the winner, Player 1!
Your skill points can also buy moves. There's again only 5, so there's really not much to work for. Overall, it's an alright game, but it gets old quick. Next up, it's the PS1 version. Fight like a man. Ooh, might as well say, you are the tough if you play this. You'll have to be with all the godforsaken loading screens. The modes look pretty much the same as the Dreamcast version, except Big John's training. So let's check that out. It looks like it's just a training mode with John McCarthy as your training partner. Well, looks that way until he beats the shit out of you. Jesus Christ! That's pretty demoralizing when you get your ass kicked in the training mode on medium difficulty. How is this teaching you anything? And is that cluster of buttons blocking the screen really necessary?
Take him to school!
The regular game isn't much better either. The controls are so unresponsive, I'd swear the system was in a fucking coma. Then how does the game punish you more? More fucking loading screens! Just what I wanted. Just need a goddamn battery acid martini to wash it down. There is a creative fighter mode, which is different from the career mode in the Dreamcast version. There's a few more creation options, though not many, but you can at least make something that resembles a custom fighter. If you thought the loading screens were bad, saving is even fucking worse. You need to first save your character with a ton of prompts, then save the system data with even more prompts. Of course, this is followed by a trusty loading screen. Fun! Just to give the game one last shot, I'll enter my created guy in a tournament.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, let's get it on!
Yeah, go, go, go!
Nope. Never mind. This is completely unplayable. But the worst is yet to come. Here's Ultimate Fighting Championship on Game Boy Color. What's worse than thrash metal icons Megadeth trying to be a shitty butt rock band? How about an 8-bit rendition of Megadeth trying to be a butt rock band? The only mode of note on this version is Survival Mode, which I guess replaces the tournament and career modes from the console versions. Now, if you thought the controls on the PS1 version were bad, don't subject yourself to playing the Game Boy version. This is barely even a game. Button mashing garbage would be a compliment for this. If you literally just walk forward and hit the punch button, you'll win. There is no game. This is beyond suckage. If you want to play any version of this game, check out the Dreamcast version. It's not great, but it's definitely playable, and it could be a fun time capsule for a specific period in UFC history. Steer clear of the PlayStation and Game Boy Color versions, as both of them are complete abominations.